Hi, I'm Gigi BonBon, professional dancer and showgirl. Woo! I like to get baked. I like to bake. And this is Baking with BonBon. It's that time of year again where apples are in abundance. And so with that, we're going to make an apple pizza. We're going to turn on the oven, and it needs to be at 450. If I can turn it on. Okay, there we go. Next, we'll start with our crust. And you need 2 cups of flour, and you need 2/3 cup of shortening or butter. I'm using butter because I don't have any shortening. And I'm just going to use our fingers and get right in there. My hands are clean. And then you mix that all together like this. And once it kind of starts to make the shape of little peas, you start to add some cold water. And when you start adding the water, you do it 1 tablespoon at a time, and you can add up to about 8, and you want it to be really cold. So I always put some ice cubes in the water to help firm up that crust. I like to get my hands in there to really start to bring it all together. Feels good. That's the fun part. You don't want to overwork your crust, so once it is all blended together, you can form it into a little ball. Beautiful ball of pie dough, so that when you roll it out, you'll have the most perfect flaky crust. We're going to put this dough back in the fridge because it's nice to have it nice and cold and firm, and it's easier to roll out that way. Okay, so we're ready for the next step. I set up my surface, and the dough is chilling in the fridge, and we're ready to peel and core and slice our apples. You need about 7 apples for this dish. Also, I might say that you need about it calls for a 15-inch pizza pan. This is 14, so it's okay. You use what you have. So to core it, or let's peel the apple first. So you peel it. I just like to go right at it. Some people use a knife. I like to use a peeler. I like to get it done as fast as I can. So we peeled our apple. Now we're going to core our apple. You can just do it with a knife, but I like to use this little thing because it's fun to stab it. Although sometimes the core is not straight. Ugh. I barely got it. So then you can just go in with your knife and fix it up. So I like to cut thin slices as so, because we're going to spiral them onto the pizza pie. Delicious, crisp apple. These are golden apples, by the way. I'm going to have a little whiskey. It's hard work chopping up all these apples. So I'm going to add these apples to my bowl. And I did some pre-chopping earlier because I didn't want to bore you cutting up 7 apples. But to keep them fresh and from browning, I just sprinkled a little lemon juice on there, and that should do the trick. I'm just going to mix all that lemon juice in there. Beautiful. Yummy. This is a little bourbon. I think I said it's whiskey earlier, but it's actually bourbon. It's delicious. So I've cleaned up my surface. I'm all set up to roll out my pie dough. I'm going to sprinkle it with a little flour so it doesn't stick. I got my rolling pin ready. Here we go. You just spank that right down in the center of your thing here. This thing is great because it tells you how wide you need to roll out your dough with. And it makes it a lot easier to transfer. And then you just start rolling it out nice and gently every which way. Trying to find the edge. And if your dough's not perfect, don't worry about it. You can always patch it up. And you kind of just stick it in there, roll it and blend it in. And nobody will ever know the difference. The next step is to transfer the dough onto our pie sheet, our pizza sheet. So, the small darn kitchen, you just shift it to the side, and I'm going to flip it on here. Voila! This thing makes it so easy. We're just going to make it look pretty. So, I'm going to take my little knife here. I'm going to trim off the edges. The next thing we're going to flute the edges. So you just kind of fold it over and you make it look as nice as you can. And with the excess pieces that you chopped off, you can kind of add them in where it's a little scarce, like so. Then you're going to flute your edges. You just take your two little fingers here and you pinch it. So you just kind of pinch together at the same time. You just go like this. It's super easy. It might look intimidating, but it's not. And you go all the way around the edge. And there you go. So our pie crust is ready, and I'm a little tipsy, and now it's time to spiral our apples. And you just start placing them like so on your pie sheet. And with the magic of cameras at home, look, beautiful. But now we have to do the inner circle. Every circle is here on the inside. Oh boy, this is looking beautiful. I sure want to eat it. Okay, I think we're done. So the next step is the cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg sprinkle for this. So I have it all measured out already. You have a half cup of sugar. You have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And next, some nutmeg. And I use fresh nutmeg because my friend gave me some fresh nutmeg nut. And you just go like this. Yeah. Then we're going to mix it all together. You're going to take your mixture of cinnamon, sugar, and nutmeg and just sprinkle it all over your apples. Keep it inside of the dish. You're ready for your crumble, which is like the cheese of your apple pizza. It's so good. I love it. So we need a new bowl. You need 3/4 cup of flour in the bowl. You need a half cup of sugar and a half cup of butter. It calls for margarine in this recipe, but who uses margarine anymore? So, I don't know. I'm using butter. Just going to use my fingers again and mix it all together. So the crumble is all blended together, and the next step is to just sprinkle it all over your apple pizza. My hands are so messy, but I know how to fix that. Oh, here we go again. So we're just going to slide this in. This needs to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. I usually check it after 20 and it's pretty golden and delicious by then. You know my favorite thing to do? Get baked. And if you have some extra apples, here's a creative way to bake yourself and your apple too. Just core your apple here and here so they meet. A little tin foil and voila! Lipstick. Woo! Feel great. Let's see what we got. Oh, it looks so beautiful. I love apple pizza. Look at that. It smells so delicious. While it's cooling, I'm just going to pull this little counter around. And I need to refill my bourbon. Just Just a little splash more to enjoy with my slice of apple pizza. I'm going to use a pizza roller to keep up with the theme. So I'm going to just slice it with this pizza roller and make it a slice of a pizza. Mmm. That is so good. Thank you for watching Baking with BonBon. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you make apple pizza at home too. Tune in next time. Who knows what I'm going to bake? And like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Mmm. Bourbon and apple pizza are delicious together. It smells delicious too. Oh, doesn't it smell good? Just gotta work that dough like you work your liver.